Hey YouTube, hope you guys are all ready for Halloween. I didn't really do a 31 days of horror, but I thought I'd post a video talking about the movies that I enjoyed the most on the run up to Halloween. I was watching movies every week, but just not every single night. And these were my favourite ones, and I think that these are movies that you would enjoy, and maybe you could pick one of them to watch on Halloween night. They're not all really scary, some of them are horror comedies, some of them are just really fun to watch. Okay, so the first movie on my list is Night of the Living Dead, the 1968 classic by George A. Romero. I'd never seen this movie before, but I actually think it holds up. It's a black and white movie, and it is dated, but it's really fun to watch. And just to see where zombies started off, George A. Romero invented the modern zombie. I didn't even realise that. I just thought zombies were way back. But he really created them the way they are today. They were kind of ghouls before that, and then he turned them into what we see today. So it's really awesome to watch this movie and just see how the zombie genre kind of came about. And you can really see that he was kind of perfecting the formula here. Like, he still hadn't got the full grasp on it, but it's a really fun movie. It's really cool. The characters aren't that likeable in it. At least I didn't find them that likeable, but they're interesting enough to watch. And it was a fun movie. I'm just thinking about the start of the graveyard scene. They're coming to get you, Barbara. What a great movie. It's really enjoyable to watch. I highly recommend it. The next one on my list is a horror comedy, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I love this movie. It is so funny. I'm a big fan of horror comedies, and I think that this is the perfect example of the horror comedy genre done right. This movie is so funny, and it really turns the slasher hillbilly genre on its head. And it's very creative, and it has some really great scenes. I wish I could talk some more about this movie, but I really would just say just go watch it because it's fantastic. It's so funny. Okay, the next movie we have here. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. Anyway, the next movie we have here is 7 Days, a French film. Now, this movie isn't fun, it's really grim, but the acting in here is incredible. The movie is so raw. It's advertised as something that is all about torture, but really, while there is torture in it, it's all about emotional struggle. It's about a man whose daughter is raped and murdered, and he goes out of his way to capture the suspect and bring him back to this torture den. The interesting thing about this is that he doesn't intend to get away with it. He never hides his identity, and in 7 days he's going to give himself up to to the police. I'm stumbling over my words. I'm trying to get this all done in one take. It's a really great movie, very striking, very raw, and really emotionally like, it's powerful. You'll feel for this man in this movie, and all the characters in it are very multi-dimensional, and you really feel for them. I would highly recommend this movie. Okay, the next movie is The Babadook. This is another emotional movie, but I really enjoyed it. It's really heartfelt, and it's very layered. The performances in this as well by Essie Davis, it's incredible. It's so powerful. And the ghosts are, it's not really a ghost, it's kind of a monster, I guess, and it's a very great metaphor for trauma and basically struggling with your mental health and trying to overcome that. This is a very powerful movie as well, and I think it's worth watching. And the last movie on the list is The Company of Wolves. This is kind of a fairy tale horror movie, and I'm not a big fairy tale fan. I really enjoy The Princess Bride, but if I had to pick one that I enjoyed the most, it might be this, because it's so creative. It takes place in a dream, and that allows for a lot of creativity, and I'm saying that word a lot, but these movies are all very creative in how they approach their story that they're telling. This movie has a lot of symbolism in it, and like, there's a booklet in here, and I was reading it, and I was learning about the movie and what happened on screen, and then really thinking to myself, yeah, I can see that. That's not very convoluted. I understand exactly where you're coming from. There's also some great makeup effects in here, as you can see on the cover there with the werewolf scene. It's fantastic. It is a really good movie. It mightn't be for everyone, but I think it's worth watching once just to see what you think about it, and even looking up online just about the different hidden undertones in the movie. So that's my list of the movies I watched and enjoyed. maybe you could watch some of these movies and you'll have a fun time at Halloween. Obviously, there's tons of movies, and this list will be constantly changing. These are just the ones that I enjoyed this Halloween and think you would enjoy. I'm kind of rambling on a bit now, but yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great Halloween, and please subscribe if you like what you see. See ya. Thanks. I said it the wrong way. Thank you. Bye. I'm really off my game today. See ya.